All right, man, so tell us, who's Derick G?
I'm a father, a spouse, a creative, a photographer, a collector, car enthusiast, and someone who encourages to tell people to do what they love.
How long would you call yourself a car enthusiast?
I'm 42 years old, so since I was in the belly. This is my 1975 Chevy Caprice. I restored this car about 11 years ago. So the wear and tear it has now is from me enjoying it. Basically everything was done on this car but taking off the frame.
You be go, yeah. I'm in a rock with it. Come on and rock with it. Come on and rock with it. Come on and rock with it. I'm in a rock with it. I'm in a rock with it.
Full front clip was off, doors, trunk, everything. This car was done head to toe. Everything was polished, everything was re-chromed. A lot of people think I found this car the way you see it. People that don't know me just see me pop up, they thought I bought it and brought it down. No, this car was actually built down here in South Florida about 11 years ago. So it's about 80% to spec from original, except for new technology, LED music, digital dash. I added power locks, power windows. This car didn't come with it from factory. This model didn't come with it from factory. And it's when I bought the car originally from the person I got it from, it came on these 80s box Chevy hubcaps. And I honestly prefer it on that than the original 75 hubcaps, so I just kept it as is. I'm a Chevy and Cadillac guy all day long. I myself own 2 Chevys, a GMC and a Cadillac. So I would say I'm a GM guy, but I would also love to have a Mercedes on deck. I'd love to have an OG Dope Boy Benz. Would also love to have a Lamborghini Countach at some point, a Ferrari Testarossa. So I'm a big 80s car guy. But right now it's all domestic.
What is your dream car? If you had an unlimited budget, you can have any car, any year, any way you want. What are you pulling up in?
Super random, it'd probably be like a 62 Shelby Cobra. It's not a Ford guy at all, but that Shelby Cobra, there's something about that car, and I fell in love with that car, and my love solidified in Bad Boys Part 1 when the dude steals it from the airplane and is running through Opa-locka Airport in it. I love that car. So if I can have any car, it'd be a 62 to 65 Shelby Cobra. But an original, not a, I'll eventually I'll get a kit car, which I'm not hating on it, but I would love to have an original one, but they're $1 million plus.
What is it about like the classic cars that appeals you the most? Is it the history? Is it the design? Is it the performance?
I think it's just like from me growing up in Miami and Hialeah.
I had a friend that lived up there, another friend that lived down here. My friend's little brother shot my car with a paintball gun from that window. I heard something and I was like, what the fuck was that? When I got to the crib, I got out of the car and I saw it. I went back around and that was the only window open.
When I was a kid, I'm a big believer that when you're too close to something, you can't see it, you can't see the big picture. And not until I started traveling did I realize that Miami had its own culture. Even though we're all from different parts of the world, down here between the black and brown community, the Caribbean, the Central and South America, but just even as a city, I didn't realize it until I started traveling a lot to LA and New York. But looking at music videos in the 90s when I was a kid, like I loved West Coast culture. It was the closest thing that I could relate to. Palm trees, blue skies, cars. And I used to love lowriding culture. I still do to this day, but I kind of just stepping out so much and seeing everything that I was seeing, I kind of realized like, wait a minute, we have our own version of this in Miami. But I was a big Snoop and Dre fan, so I think that's where my love for Chevys came from all like the Nothing But a G Thang, Dre Day. Like those music videos were a big inspiration for me when it came to like the car stuff.
I come to Hialeah and there's only one place I can go and get something to eat. Where am I going any time of the day?
Molina's on Lejeune. Best Cuban restaurant in my opinion. It's fire.
So you mentioned the yard. Where are we at right now? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, we're at the yard and here at the Old Valsan building on Red Road, right before the Gradney. The Yards is a project that was put together by Prestige, which is a development company. And also a friend, Giancarlos Canelas, they built this place called The Yards. It's kind of like a backyard for all these apartment buildings they built in the area. And it's loaded with food trucks. They got the indoor pickleball courts. We opened up our Vice City Archives Museum in here. And there's just a bunch of local businesses here. So it's kind of just like a hub of like entrepreneurship.
It's just cool random stuff, bro. Some people understand that if you guys ever had any any Spanish homies growing up, I'm sure if you ever went to their house, their grandma, their parents were watching Sal Gigante on Saturday night, which is like our Apollo Theater, like the Latin Apollo Theater. This is like my closet. So like I'll come in here, if I'm going to Heat game, I'll come in here and like I'll pull like a vintage Heat piece that I'm gonna go wear, and I have different sizes, so wifey could pick something out. You know what I mean? So it's cool, you know. And
So
like,
you come here and get fresh.
yeah, it depends where we're going and whatnot. And I forget sometimes, and just be like, fuck it, all my hats are at home though. Like the hats that are here, a couple of them, but I have like probably 400 hats at the crib. So like usually I'm wearing a vintage hat.
400?
Yeah, something like that. And at the crib here, I have probably like another 200.
Yeah. It's still iconic to this day.
This is our Yankees hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the equivalent to our Yankees hat.
Starter, man. Starter jacket.
So those people that be wearing the ones, if it says since, it's not real because they weren't talking about since because they were new.
Right.
Boom. So before 9/11, Khaled's nickname was Arab Attack. And then after 9/11, he had to change it. This is from 98 from his birthday. So we called the Temple, which he still calls it. When he was still doing it, he still called it the Temple.
Yeah.
Carol City Cartel.
CCC.
And see, like I said, the young guys, YD. You know, like, here's the thing, is like people like, oh, this is nothing. You know, I found this for nothing on the net. In 20, 30 years, this will be the equivalent of those shirts. You know what I mean? This shit probably does not, for 1,000% doesn't hold not even a gig, but I forgot what the capacity of these things were.
Who was it that did that shoot with UD? Was it Gil?
Yeah, it was This is the phone right here. UD is reenacting the 2 Live Crew cover. He squatted down with the phone like this. Gil, the director, tells him to drop the phone. He literally just opens his hand and drops the phone. The phone shatters on the floor. I'm standing there, the art department girl Belinda's standing there, Gil standing there, and the producer just standing there. They all look at me. Just the producer's like, I'll buy a new one. So I was like, cool, but I still want my old one. So I glued it back together because in photos you really can't. If I do this, you can't tell. So I can still use it. And then I got blessed with a brand new one. I came up. So, and these things go for about $400.
Like, I was literally the youngest in the room when the car culture down here in Miami. My nickname used to be Jit. And I never knew what that was till they named me that. So I was in Florida Jit now. It's funny, but I've been in the car scene for a very, very, very long time. One time on the 836, dressed super nice. I had my car lifted up on all 4. Passing Lejeune, I hit a bump, the car swayed. One of the fittings hit the top of the back deck, spilled, the car fell to the side. I had to take off my shirt, throw a towel on the ground and try not to get dirty to fix, basically put a new fitting on the car to be able to lift the car back up for me to keep moving. If not, I would have to call a tow truck. But that's probably one of the worst ones. I had a rim bent once on me driving. Back then I had 14-inch rims. I got the hammer, knocked it off. But I have a picture of me beating the lip with a hammer to get it back into place for the tire to hold air, for me to make it home. I could tell, that's a whole other episode.
Being in Miami, Hialeah, you know what I'm saying? Is there any significance of the donk culture in Hialeah?
I mean, it's part of it. Donk culture is a South Florida thing. You know, it's hard to say if it started in Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach, but I know it's a South Florida thing for sure.
For those who are on the outside looking in, what would be some advice that you want to give them when it comes to car culture?
Do what you like. Fuck the trends, fuck what people say, do what makes you happy. It's your car, it's a representation of you. Like, don't worry about what everyone else is doing. It's not cool to wear the same thing everyone else is wearing. Why do you want your car to look like everybody else's, you know what I mean? So like, don't be a sheep, do your own thing and have fun with your car.
What do you hope that your legacy would be?
I don't really think I have a hope for a legacy. I think it's just more like, I'm a big believer in just do what you want and your people will find you. And I think it's just that, it's just helping find those people that are looking for a place to connect or looking for a space to, you know, there's a subculture for everything. And I think my part is just storytelling who we are so we don't get lost in the sauce, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure that people knew we existed. You know, we're a fairly new community in a sense of like, you know, late 70s, Miami transformed into what it is now, but with all the transplants and everything. I mean, I feel like Miami's always gonna be like an immigrant city, whether you're an immigrant from another state or an immigrant from another country, it's always gonna be evolving, but there's a few of us that are first generation born and raised here and we take claim to our city. And my goal is to kind of just help tell that story and just kind of make sure people understand that there is a people from, you know, South Florida. Like there's a lot of us were born and raised here and this is our community. And I just want to kind of help tell that story and like make sure it's just never forgotten. This is Derick G. Make sure to check me out on DerickG.com, DerickG.com, and also on social, on Instagram, @Derick_G. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all stay connected to the Hub 954.